In the world of news, some months just kind of drift by, and others are absolutely packed with game changing moments. May 2024, it was definitely one of the packed ones. We're going to connect the dots on the key headlines that shaped a month, so let's just dive right in. May was all about major moves, both at home and abroad. On the global stage, we saw India exporting its own digital playbook. And back here, massive infrastructure and green energy projects were really starting to take shape. So, what were those defining moments that are setting the stage for what's next? Let's break them down. All right, first up, let's take a look at India's growing footprint on the world stage. This is where technology and diplomacy are really starting to merge in some fascinating ways. So, picture this: New York City, the United Nations. India steps up and leads the very first UN conference on digital public infrastructure. Now, this wasn't just another meeting, okay? This was India setting the global agenda for how countries can build digital systems for their citizens. It's a huge step, positioning India as a leader in global digital governance. The conference title was Citizen Stack, and that name really says it all, doesn't it? The whole idea is to build layers of technology, a stack, that puts the citizen first. We're talking about speeding up everything from financial inclusion to better healthcare, all of it tied to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. And this leadership isn't just about talk in conferences. India is actively exporting its digital success. A perfect example, the National Payments Corporation of India. The folks behind UPI just signed a deal to help the Bank of Namibia build its own UPI-like system. India's digital payment model is officially going global. So what's the real impact for a country like Namibia? Well, it's a quantum leap. You go from the old way of sending money, which is slow, expensive, and super complicated, to a modern system that's instant, incredibly cheap, and just seamless. This is a true game changer for their economy. Okay, so let's bring our focus back home for a second. While India is exporting its digital know-how, it's also doubling down on strengthening its physical foundations with some major projects in infrastructure and energy. Now, this is a huge deal for India's maritime trade. The Ministry of Shipping gave the green light for Adani's Vizhinjam port in Kerala to become the country's first ever transshipment port. This is a really strategic move that could seriously reshape trade routes in the region. So what exactly is a transshipment port? Think of it like a giant international airport, but for shipping containers. It's a central hub where massive cargo ships can unload onto smaller ones and vice versa, without the cargo having to travel all the way to its final destination. It's all about making things faster and cheaper. Now, shifting gears from trade to sustainability. Over in Haridwar, a new partnership is looking to turn a big problem into an even bigger solution. Tool Eco and the local municipal corporation are teaming up to build a plant that turns waste into green energy. I mean, it's a classic win-win. You clean up the city, and you generate clean power at the same time. And listen, this isn't just some small experiment. We're talking about a 140 crore rupee investment. A number like that tells you there's a serious commitment to making waste-to-energy a real, sustainable part of the region's future. Okay, from physical infrastructure to digital finance, let's talk about one of India's most exciting sectors, fintech. May was a busy month with some really crucial regulatory approvals and investments that are paving the way for the next wave of innovation. This little scorecard gives you a great snapshot of the action. You had BristPay landing $5 million to make cross-border payments smoother. The neobank Fi got a super important NBFC license, which means they can start offering loans directly. And GrowPay got a payment aggregator license, which is a huge deal for streamlining money flow and their massive ecosystem. Each of these is a big win. All right, now for some news that might affect your wallet directly. The RBI made a key announcement about its popular floating rate savings bonds. And the new interest rate is 8%. Yep. 8%. In the current economic climate, that is a really compelling number. It makes these government-backed bonds a very, very attractive option for savers for the next 6 months. Of course, progress isn't just about policies and big projects, right? It's about people. And May was a fantastic month for celebrating individual excellence across a whole bunch of different fields. So let's shine a spotlight on some of the achievers who are making headlines. First up, in the world of chess, Vaishali Ramesh Babu officially received the title of Grandmaster. She's only the third woman from India to ever achieve this, becoming the country's 84th Grandmaster overall, a truly incredible accomplishment. In education, Gina Justice, a teacher of Indian origin based in the UAE, won the prestigious Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award for her entire region. What a fantastic honor and a testament to the incredible impact she has on her students. Celebrating artistic talent, designer Bobby Mehta won the Oxford Bookstore Book Cover Prize. Her absolutely stunning cover design for the book Beautiful earned her this top honor. And speaking of books, the former RBI governor, Dr. Devuri Subbarao, released his highly anticipated memoir. I mean, with a title like Just a Mercenary, you just know it's going to be a fascinating, candid look at his time leading India's central bank. And rounding things out on the international front, Jeremiah Manele was elected as the new Prime Minister of the Solomon Islands. This is a significant leadership change in a country that's right at the center of a lot of geopolitical attention in the Pacific. So, after that whirlwind tour, what are the big takeaways? When you connect all these dots, a pretty clear picture starts to emerge. Globally, India's shifting from just being a user of tech to being an exporter of its tech models. Domestically, these huge projects are strengthening the economic core. The fintech boom isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. And through it all, you have these amazing individuals driving progress in every field imaginable. Ultimately, none of these stories happen in a vacuum. A UN conference in New York is connected to a port in Kerala, and a fintech license is connected to a new energy project. They're all threads, weaving together the story of the future. These were the headlines that define May.